3,000, 750,000 people. And there we are racing a boat alongside as we both tear up to the Chinese Pavilion type palace to Drottningholmen, D-R-O-T-T-I-N-G, Drottningholmen, H-O-L-M-E-N, which is the summer palace for Swedish royalty, as I mentioned before. Boat wakes as we race each other in the fjords, lots of sailboats in the background, some windsurfers. We'll see some beautiful trim trees and gardens, statues. Lovely, lovely area. We're going to see Oslo, Norway on this. Fountains erupting in the background. What a beautiful day this was. There's Fulke doing her thing. She's checking everything out. Got to check out her children. Check behind the ears and the tushes. And it's a hunter carrying a deer back home, it looks like, to his family. Beautifully done. And there's a fountain with a guy squirting water out of a hose. Come on, little birdies. Come and get your ducky food. Come on, ducks. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. Yes, she said. Come here, Jennifer. What do you see here? What is Mom doing? Look over here. Tell me what she's doing.
She's feeding the ducks.
How old are you?
7.
When were you born?
January 20.
That's right.
January 24th.
What year? 1980.
1980.
And how old is Marky going to be pretty soon?
9.
Wow. When is Marky's birthday?
March 24.
And who's that you're looking at on television there?
Mommy.
Do you know where she is?
No.
In Sweden.
Sweden.
We're in the summer palace of the kings of Sweden. You want to sit on my lap? Watch out for the cable.
I was doing something.
It's okay. Just sit down and then we'll untangle you, okay? Okay. Now see, if you look in this little mirror thing, it's even clearer, see?
I know.
That's a beautiful palace there, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Would you like to go to Sweden someday?
Maybe. I don't know.
No, we bought a Volvo car. Did you know that?
What's a Volvo?
A Volvo is a car that comes from Sweden.
The safe one?
Very safe one, yeah. It's the safest car in the world. You remembered that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't want you to get hurt.
I know.
You have to buckle your seatbelts.
You tickled me.
I'm sorry.
But it's okay.
Who's that?
That's Daddy.
That's Daddy.
I
Look at all
hold
my
it.
hair, yeah. You can hold it. Hold it down here. You can talk.
That's Daddy walking somewhere. I don't know where it
It looks
is.
like a tent, doesn't it?
Yeah, walking to a tent.
It's really a painted building, painted to look like a tent. This was a World's Fair area or an exposition area about 100 years before, about 1880. And they built all of these buildings, and everyone had a wonderful time there.
Why is it supposed to look like a tent?
Oh, Daddy's smoking his pipe?
But why is it supposed to look like a tent?
Just for fun.
Oh.
Just a building they built to look like a tent. Oh, look at the birds
Where?
eating out of the cups and saucers there. We had a little picnic area, and the birds came and they were eating drinking people's coffee and eating their ice cream that was left. Look at a little sparrow eating right out of the cup. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
You want to see that?
Yeah.
They have that a lot there. Did you go bowling?
Yeah.
How did you like that?
I liked it.
How much did you bowl?
I don't know.
How did Marky do?
Good.
Who's that?
Mommy, I
What's she
think.
doing? Yes.
Matt Hudson was the best in bowling.
Yeah. Okay, you're getting a little bored here? She wants to go do her thing now. Fulke's relaxed. Having a good old time. Yes, you look fine. Nice turtleneck sweater. This is summertime and we're quite chilly. And here's SAS going somewhere. The wonderful country of Sweden. For a very short flight, an hour flight or so, to Oslo. Loading up the plane. Okay. Yes, Fulke, can't you read Norwegian? Jan Boekman Pedersen worked for me. He was from Oslo. Became an art collector. I don't know if he ever went back to Norway. And when he worked for me in Paris, this Norwegian fellow, he had been a marketing manager, was up for a branch manager's job. There's the IBM office. Downtown Oslo, bustling city, very modern. I had put in for an increase, as every 12, 14-month increase, and they were going through tremendous inflation. Fulke's walking across the street here. And I think I'd put in for a 15, 18% increase because he was doing a good job. And came back, the paperwork came back indicating a 50 or 60% increase. They're building, here's an indication of some of the reason for the inflation. What they're building out there, and I'm taking a movie of, is a floating oil rig, pumping a lot of oil in the North Sea off of Oslo. And they build these oil rigs that they float all over Europe, and I think they're even selling them in some parts of the United States because they do such a good job. There's a beautiful stained glass window in one of the churches we visited. But anyway, Jan Boekman Pedersen's increase was well over 50%, 60, 70%. And I couldn't believe it. I called his personnel manager up in Oslo, and I said, "What's going on? This is unbelievable." Here we are, 1974. Not getting that 74 in there completely, or 1624. I gotta zoom this back a little bit. Where you received a position increase benefit as well. Low-flying plane, propeller-driven craft. Not too many of those around. They were still being used in the Norwegian Air Force. Training pilots. Heavy military reserve duty in all the Scandinavian countries. Almost like Israel in that respect. Oh, I've got to read this. This is a famous sculptor who, as a young man, was not able to sell his sculpting work and petitioned the government for a grant, and they said, "Fine, we'll give you a lifetime grant as long as all your works are done for us." And he said, "Fine," and a very unusual approach towards artwork. Those church windows was on the bus tour to Vigeland, and this is the Vigeland is the fantastic life's work of a Norwegian sculptor who devoted his career to the stipend and agreement he struck with the government to donate his work in return for room and board from his country. We're seeing scenes of his sculptures and fountains of the life cycle of man, the devil taking a smiling woman, the wheel of life, the embryo stages of baby's development, powerful figures of stages of life around the fountain. The obelisk, the central figure to this, here's some of the baby sculptures.